So, here's what just happened between India and Russia, and why it matters. The two countries have finalized something called the Reciprocal Exchange of Logistics Agreement, Relos. Think of it as a plug-and-play logistics pass for their militaries. It lets troops, warships, aircraft use the other's bases for fuel, food, spares, repairs, rest. Not just in wartime, this covers joint exercises, training, humanitarian assistance, disaster relief too. Russia's State Duma ratified it on December 2nd. The agreement was signed in Moscow on February 18, 2025, and announced around February 19th after meetings between Russia's Deputy Defense Minister and India's ambassador. All of this lines up with President Vladimir Putin's trip to New Delhi for the 23rd India-Russia Annual Summit, his first visit since 2021, right on the 25th anniversary of their strategic partnership. What does Relos actually do? First, sustained operations. If an Indian ship needs fuel near Murmansk, it gets it. If a Russian aircraft needs a part in the Andaman and Nicobar, it's covered. That cuts costs and keeps missions going longer without detours. Second, reach. Indian naval ships gain access to Russian ports, Vladivostok, Murmansk, giving India rare operational exposure in the Arctic, polar waters. In return, Russia gets easier access to Indian bases across the Indian Ocean, improving its warm water presence. This builds a logistics network stretching from the Arctic to the Indian Ocean. Third, speed. Faster responses to natural disasters, better support during joint drills, smoother movement of people and equipment, more eyes, more data, better decisions. Strategically, it's a balancing act. India already has logistics pacts with several Quad partners. Relos adds Russia to that mix without pulling Moscow into a Quad framework. It counters US leverage. It counters China's reach, while preserving India's multi-alignment. There's also a science angle. India studies how Arctic ice melt affects the Indian monsoon. More missions, more data, better climate models. Trade hit a record $68.7 billion in 2024-25. Target of $100 billion by 2030. Relos won't move cargo by itself, but it lowers friction for everything that supports it. In short, one agreement, two oceans, a lot more options. That's Relos.